Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. The city's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so
Good morning, Frederick. Rise and shine. Oh my gosh. First of all, today's Wednesday, June 19th, despite the 29th that I typed on the date today. Just a typo. It is only June 19th. It's almost the 29th. Might have to shut my door. So the cat, I have video on my TikTok of the cat that paused the door when I shut it to do my lives. And yeah, it's too much noise out there. He's gonna have to get mad. He jumps up against the window. Not even my cat, my daughter's cat, actually. Well, my AC got fixed yesterday. 15 minutes, few $100s, of course. Capacitor, apparently. These things break. And frequently, because we've only been in the house about 4.5 years. So, anyway, and the house didn't actually cool down until late last night. But I have to say I slept so well. I was actually almost chilly, which was great. So, especially after the heat wave we've been having. What a great night we had last night. The first ever basket raffle for charity. We called it Sisters in Charity. We had teams of 7 ladies who got together, and it was a huge success as far as I'm concerned, considering we only really did it for about 5 weeks. I'm going to cover the winners and the totals to the charities in What's Happening Frederick a little later in the show. Our YouTube channel is chugging away, 458 subscribers. Thank you so much. We are well on our way to 1,000 by September. I feel very confident you guys will help me get there. More subscribers means more exposure for small businesses and nonprofits, and even those events that are advertising with us or putting their stuff in our calendar. Good Morning Frederick podcast should now be available on most platforms. Apple, of course, takes the longest, but in the meantime, you can always listen at promocircus.com. You can actually also listen on YouTube podcast, which is different than trying to stream the show with the video while you're cruising down the road. The YouTube podcast platform is just the audio, as it is everywhere else, so you can find it on the channel as well. On the show today's show is all about art. Some of it you view, like when I talk with Lea Craigie-Marshall, and some of it you eat. And I can't wait to show you the creations of the box theory and O. She actually had charcuterie at our event last night with 2 other charcuterie providers, and it was just beautiful. Bob Miller and Chris Michaels join me from WFMD's Morning News Express for news, weather, and sports. And no matter how much I ask for all the news to be positive, well, unfortunately, it just isn't. So I'm glad I don't have to deliver the downer news. We let Chris Michaels do that. Plus, as always, I've got all the events covered for you. Let's get this Monday. Let's get this Wednesday. Feels like a Monday. Let's get this Wednesday started. As always, a huge thank you to We Help You Move, whether you're moving across the street or across the country. Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make the whole thing easy. Moving is stressful. I get it. Trust me, I don't ever want to move anywhere again. And if I do, it may be like when I moved my mom up here. We sold the house furnished, and we just brought their personal items. That was probably the easiest move we've ever done, even though it was from South Carolina to Maryland. But if you have to take all your stuff with you, you may as well use somebody who is as qualified as Nick. He's been in the moving game since the late 80s, and We Help You Move has been around since the 90s. It's veteran-owned and a huge supporter of the Frederick community. They support Christmas Cash for Kids, plus pretty much any time I ask them to help do anything, they will show up and they will be there. We're putting it out there as well. We would like Nicholas to get to Montana, either to or from. So if you know anybody who's moving to the great wide open, you give Nicholas a call. WeHelpYouMove.com. All right, I think the boys are here. Yes, they are. Let's get this started. Ah, yes, the mug shots. What do
I'm just looking here. It's not Monday, right? I'm looking at my calendar. My calendar could be wrong.
I'm telling. First of all, I also typed in the date, the 29th. So I've just killed us 10 days. So I've had quite a morning so far.
I don't feel bad.
Maybe you get Nicholas to move you to the right date.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I bet everybody's like, what the heck? First of all, I say it's Monday and it's Wednesday and the date's wrong. So I'm just trying to keep everybody on their toes.
So you were talking about positive news. I want to start off with some positive news. I hope you got your air conditioning fixed.
Yes.
I did, and I say this, they came out quickly. It took the house 12 hours to cool down. Unbelievable, actually.
Well, that's a long time, but it is so stinking hot.
It is so hot, and that's what my husband kept saying. Well, if it wasn't like 98 degrees outside, it might have cooled down quicker. So I get that for sure. But yeah, no, 15-minute fix, few $100s, as it is. But apparently it was the capacitor, which apparently breaks on a lot of units.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
I've had one. It's a piece about this big. That pop it out, put a new one in, and off you go.
Yeah, and so people, is it something you can replace on your own, or does it require like electricity and stuff like that?
Well, I think that you would always try to find somebody who knows exactly what they're doing to fix something.
I would for sure, but somebody in my neighborhood said, yeah, I just buy a bunch of them and keep them around just in case.
Yep.
So
Yep.
maybe if I know an electrician, they can come put it in if I have one next time.
Taking off a panel, I think, and you pop it out, you put it back in. But you know what? Sometimes it's better to let somebody else do that. Real quick.
Like I said, when it went off, I did everything that YouTube said until it required a screwdriver. And then I was like, well, I'm out. So there we go.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. Because I do the same thing. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. God bless YouTube.
Yeah.
Which we're on YouTube, but I've had to replace the headlight in my Toyota Tundra, which I thought would be easy. You open up the hood, you're reaching around the back. No, you have to take the whole front panel off of the truck and the grill to get to the headlight. So it took me a couple hours and watching YouTube over and over and over again to get it done.
See, I always thought the morning mayor had people to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
why should he have to do that by himself?
Me too.
Yeah, well. Maybe I'm the morning assistant deputy mayor.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck does that make me then?
Clean up.
Oh, boy. All right. What's happening in news, Chris?
All right. So take a look at news. Of course, we know what's going on in the war in the Middle East, and it's coming over here in Frederick. What do I mean by that? Well, several citizens supporting a ceasefire in the Middle East testified before the Frederick County Council Tuesday night. They asked local elected officials to support a resolution calling for a permanent ceasefire between Israelis and Hamas. The National Park Service says portions of the Catoctin Mountain Park will be closed starting at 4 p.m. on Thursday, which is tomorrow, by the way, June 20th, and will continue to about 8 p.m. On July 4th on Thursday. Park Central Road will be closed between Thurmont Vista and the Camp Green Top entrance. Trails to the Hog Rock Overlook and Blue Ridge Summit Vista will also be closed. All other roads and trails will remain open. Parking lots at the Visitor Center will be open, but may fill up early in the day. Park Service officials say additional parking will be available on the west side of Camp Round Meadow and the Owens Creek picnic area. Trial maps are available at the trailheads throughout the park. Anyone planning a trip to the Catoctin Mountain Park can call 301-663-9388 for more information, or head to their website at www.nps.gov/CATO. The Park Service says these closures are due to increased security measures. The Camp David Presidential Retreat, where the Camp David Presidential Retreat is located at Catoctin Mountain Park.
I was wondering what that was all about. Okay.
Well, of course. If you ever want to have some fun, drive by there and stop and see how fast the military come and visit you. That was like a fun thing for my dad to do.
If you ever wanted to be eye to eye, there you go.
Yeah, if you want to be on the news, local news, definitely do that.
They just tell you to move on, and as you drive by, you can see all the little cameras and the little places where people are hidden and stuff. And then if you stop, yes, they will come visit you very quickly.
Yeah.
And it won't be a nice visit, sort of like a visit from my mother-in-law. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love my mother-in-law. All right. Some unhappy news here. A Carroll County man was, I guess happy that he was convicted. A Carroll County man was convicted last week of sexually and physically abusing his 3 daughters. The 58-year-old man was found guilty in circuit court on Friday, June 14th, of 2 counts of sexual abuse of a minor. Sexual abuse, continued course of conduct, second-degree rape, third-degree sex offenses, and 3 counts of first-degree child abuse ongoing. According to a news release from the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, Circuit Court Judge Brian DiLeonardo set sentencing for October 21st, 2024. And a man featured on America's Most Wanted for killing another man in Hagerstown on October 22nd has actually been captured in North Carolina. Wow. So there you go. Isn't that crazy? Hagerstown was featured in something big, but not good. America's Most Wanted.
Well, I got to tell you this. There are people on TikTok that are, the investigations, how they find people on TikTok, and I'm not even talking about for crimes. There was a girl who thought a guy was cute at a concert, and they found him and got them together. It's nuts. Oh, wow. You can't hide anymore. Can't hide.
Nope.
Which is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
One thing me and Bob always talk about on the show is these investigators who have to investigate these sex crimes are amazing because you have to get your mind like the pervert you're going after, and that's not easy to do. So these investigators are just absolutely amazing.
They are.
Take a look at weather. Danny, I'm glad you got your AC working because I tell you what, it is going to be hot. Now, today we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 91, which to me, when it says 91, you go in your car after sitting outside for a long period of time, it's like 97 or 98. It's going to get down to a low of 75 today. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, again with the high of 93, down to a low of 77. And Friday, we are going to get up to 98. Then Saturday, we are going to hit the century mark of 100 degrees. So please, out there, if you don't have to go outside, stay inside in the air conditioning. Always check on your elderly neighbors. And for crying out loud, if you have dogs or cats, bring them inside.
Yes.
I can't stress that enough, please. And that is it for the weather. We have the amazing guy with the best hair on the Morning News Express, Bob Miller, with the sports.
Did you see? I think he's got a squirrel in his beard. I'm not sure. I thought I saw it moving. I'm not positive.
No, it's just food. It's just food.
I was just going to say it's his lunch for later.
Yeah, right. Well, the Orioles flew up to the Bronx yesterday to take on the Bronx Bombers, got their wings clipped as the Orioles fell to the Yankees yesterday by a score of 4-2 in the opening game of a 3-game set. Nestor Cortez pitched 6 scoreless innings. Anthony Volpe, Giancarlo Stanton drove in a bunch of runs for the Yankees. Game number 2 coming up. The Nationals opened up a 3-game set against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and guess what happened? They got beat too, 5-0. The Frederick Keys, well, they dropped another opener in Trenton against the Trenton Thunder, 4-2. And, of course, the Stanley Cup is still not in the possession of the Florida Panthers, who thought they were going to be able to take it home with them. They couldn't quite muster enough in Game 5 to clinch it. Edmonton Oilers beat them by a score of 5-3. Also, Sykesville over FSK yesterday in Legion Baseball, 13-10. And the Ravens are going to be sporting a new helmet, an alternative helmet, which is going to have a kind of they call it Purple Rising. It's an alternative helmet that features a gold face mask, gold striping on the top and the helmet, and a team facing face-on bird logo, which is also outlined in gold as well with red eyes. So that should be pretty cool for Raven fans to look at.
And one more thing, too, we were talking about today, unfortunately, the passing of the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, the legendary baseball player, passed away. I'm sorry, I don't know if it was a 94 or 95, Bob, that was in his 90s.
How old he was?
Yeah, how old he was.
I think he was 93.
93, okay, I was wrong, of course. But 93 years old, the Say Hey Kid, legendary baseball player, one of the few players who were still around who actually played with the Giants when they were in New York before they moved to San Francisco.
Yeah, that is. What a legend, actually.
Absolutely.
In baseball.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for that. Hey, I need to know, I've been tuning in. Are you hearing my Good Morning Frederick ads?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Like I said, it's a feel-good hit of the summer, man.
I'm telling you, it gets into your brain. That's the way I work. I just wiggle right in there, and you can't get rid of me.
It makes our morning go better.
I think that happened in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Taking over. I'm taking over the world with my little hit.
There you go.
You know, we got to get you on one day down the road, Dani, on the show with us. You know, we could use the nice touch of a nice lady on the show to kind of keep us, keep us on the straight and narrow.
Hey, anytime at all, because you guys start early, so I could come on with you early, and then we can hop on here. It'd be great.
Sounds great. Can't wait for it to happen. Make that happen, Chris Michaels.
Let's do it.
You guys stay cool, and I will see you tomorrow.
Take care,
Have a great day.
All right. We want to thank Chris and Bob for joining us this morning. All right. Let's talk about what we're going to give you. We want to thank the Thurmont Annual Fireman's Carnival is on right now through Saturday, and the parade is tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, June 20th. I think he said 6 or 6:30, but apparently if you want a good spot, actually he said there's good spots everywhere. To get that candy everybody throws out, you're going to want to set your chair up early. And tons of food and games at the carnival, and you're supporting the Guardian Hose Company, and it's their largest fundraiser. And you can head up to Thurmont and enjoy that. All right, we've still got till tomorrow. You can enter to win that 1 month of spray tans from Glow by Bee. And you can check that out. Text TAN to 888-465-2944. Again, that's 888-465-2944. And every week we give away 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. You just need to text MDL to be eligible for that. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then you're going to meet Lea Craigie-Marshall, who's creating at an extraordinary scale. And O from the box theory, she's creating from a scale too, just a little bit smaller, and she utilizes a knife. And that's coming up right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
Yeah, that's another hit of the summer. That full song, I got to play it someday. It's actually quite good. All right. A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business. It's located right here in Frederick and servicing Frederick County and a little bit beyond, of course, if you need help. They specialize in roofing and siding. They'll also take care of your windows, patios, and decks. And if you notice your gutter's not doing a great job, like when we were having all of that rain, contact Sandra, and she and her team will be out there to take care of that for you as well. You can call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net, or you can visit them on the web, ansconstruction.net. Remember, because you're watching this show, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. And I would put that video back up again, but I didn't have time to fix the typo that I have. I'm bad with typos lately. I need to check my work before I post. But anyway, I will fix that up tomorrow. Tell Sandra that Dani will fix the error. $750 off is what you'll get when you let her know you've been watching on Good Morning Frederick. All right, let's talk about the events going on now in Frederick. Oh yeah, happening in Frederick thanks to Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company. They cook in small batches to make sure the food is the freshest it can be, and I attest to that. Let me just tell you, Rob and Robin have been catering for years. They can make anything. So if you want a party catered and you want steaks, Rob can do it. If you want chicken, Rob can do it. Doesn't have to be barbecue, but if you visit them on the truck, you can be assured the barbecue is going to be phenomenal. You can find them at intensebarbecue.com, and when you go to Intense, you satisfy your meat tooth. All right, you want to know what's happening in Frederick? Well, you know where to go, and we're going to head there right now. You can go to promocircus.com. Oh gosh, yeah, click on everything Frederick, and you see our calendar of events right there. All right, let's see. What is happening? Oh, today is Wednesday, the 19th. Oh, my goodness. You know, just leave it to me to make those errors. Okay. I have added, like I said before, the libraries. If you've got young kids, amazing programming, free at our public libraries. So you can check them out here. If you see like preschool prom, that's at 10:30 this morning in Myersville. Birth to 5 years old, good for you there. The Jefferson Farmers Market is this evening, 4 to 7 p.m. If you're looking for some fresh produce, you can head to Lander Road, 4 to 7 this evening, and grab it there. Of course, the Thurmont Firemen's Carnival starts at 5 till about 10 or 10:30, and you can go support the Guardian Hose Company and their fundraiser on, providing the firemen what they need. There is this evening, 5:30, the Women's Assertiveness Training and Situational Awareness class is being held at the Home of Everything Frederick. You will learn how to avoid any, altercations and stay safe when you're out. You don't need any weapons. It's not about all of that. It's interactive and detailed, and you key into your own intuition, which we all have. And many times we say, I'm sure I'm not right. So anyway, you can attend that at the Home of Everything Frederick tonight, 5:30 to 7:30. Please make sure you click on that link if you want to attend so we know to expect you. Oh, Salsa Under the Stars tonight at Sky Stage, 7 to 10 p.m. That's fun. And it's just $5 donation. How fun is that? You can check that out as well. Tomorrow is Summerfest Family Theater at Baker Park, right at the bandshell. So much fun, not even just for little kids, but if you're just cruising around Baker Park and you want to hang out, 10 to 10:45, that goes on. And so much great programming, plus the kids have a great time there as well. There is also the grand opening of Swirls of Frederick is happening on 1305 West 7th Street in Frederick, and you can check that out at 11 o'clock tomorrow. This is very cool. So my friend Douglas Jones is part of the, what is he? He is part of, I'm trying to look for the name of it, but he's part of the Sons of the Revolution and other groups that celebrate the 250th anniversary of Frederick. Is going to be, they're going to do a resolution at noon at City Hall tomorrow. That's kind of cool. And there are going to be a bunch of celebrations coming up over the next 6 months or so to celebrate this 250th birthday of Frederick. That's pretty awesome. And when I lived in Australia is a fairly young country. So, my husband would always be amazed. And of course, we have nothing on Europe, but amazed that a lot of our history started in the 1700s. But anyway, you can attend that tomorrow. And of course, Alive at 5 is happening from 5 to 8 at Carroll Creek. You have to be 21 and up to enter on that side, but you can, of course, put a blanket down, set up by the library, and enjoy the music there. There is, of course, the Frederick Keys are going to be home. My husband and I and our friends are going to be at the game on Friday night. So if you have nothing to do on Friday, you can come out there. And you can check out WFRE's Country on the Creek on Thursday at Shuck and Shack. Then on Friday, like I say, the Keys are home. It's actually my husband and son's birthday. It's my son's 21st birthday this Friday, on the 21st. It's his golden birthday. So we're going to be celebrating at the Keys game. And then he's, of course, going to go out with his friends later on. There's also Music in the Village tomorrow night. And you can check that out at Warman's Mill. Coming up this weekend, you've got Touch a Truck at Thurmont on Saturday at 10 a.m. and Earthfest at 9:30 on Monteview Lane. Check that out too. Sip In Saturday, that is at Elk Run Winery in Mount Airy. Free live music from 2 to 5. Who doesn't love that? And if you've got some friends in town, you want to take them for a ride, 3 to 7, you can hit Maryland Double Deckers Brew with a View. That double-decker bus is so much fun, and this one happens to hit a lot of our local breweries, and I think it's gonna be hot and it's gonna be beautiful, and that's a great time to take a ride on the double-decker bus as well. Then on Sunday, you've got, we're making the Sip and Make Red, White, and Blue Sea Glass Trees. Join me and Mama Cone, 3:30 to 5:30 at the Home of Everything Frederick on Sunday. And we're going to make these beautiful sea glass trees. I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's been a while since I've done anything really crafty, and can't wait to see you guys there. You have to sign up. So please click that link and sign up so we can know to expect you. And then, of course, the summer concert series is happening at the band shell as well every Sunday now, I believe through August. Yes, through August. So this week coming up is the Lana Spence Band, and beautiful time to hang out in Frederick at Baker Park. And the kids get to run around and have a good time. You can sit down and enjoy some live music. If you would like your event featured on the calendar or on the show, all you have to do is email everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, now I want to wrap up the garden party. I was going to show the slides, but I don't want people to get confused because it still has all the Cash App, Venmo, and all that stuff. But let me just tell you how it worked. So the charity that sold the most raffle tickets got 50% of each of the charity's totals, which made this a very fun and friendly competition. And man, did you guys come through for lots of these organizations. So I announced on Sunday evening, which was the final day you could purchase your tickets in person, really, at the Home of Everything Frederick. Nectario's Foundation was leading the other teams, okay? And it wasn't by much, like maybe 10 or 15 or 20 at the most. Well, these other teams just went into high gear, put out the call, and we had floods of electronic purchases of raffle tickets throughout the next 48 hours. In fact, it took me almost an hour to record them all, write all the raffle tickets, and confirm that I had received them last night. So last night at 5 o'clock, we gathered at the inn at Fingerboard Farm. Oh, that is such a spectacular place. If you're looking for a staycation or a place to get away, check out the inn at Fingerboard Farm. It is fantastic. And at first, let's go back. I would like to thank Dawn and Tiffany from Fingerboard Farm. I'm so glad that the people who came last night who had never been got to see how beautiful this inn is. And it's a perfect place for an event like we had. Maybe you're looking for a place for a reunion or a graduation party, or you've got something coming up. Fall would be spectacular with the patio and the huge fire pit, the grounds. You feel like you're right on Route 80, really. You feel like you're miles away in the woods. It is so, so gorgeous. So I want to thank them. They gave us that space yesterday. Gorgeous kitchen with 2 ovens, a huge commercial fridge, and I mean the island to die for. And I can't wait to see the photos from Liesl Tavener. She was our photographer last night. Want to thank her as well. Gotta thank the ladies, Taban from Love Boards, O from The Box Theory, and Diana from Honey D's Charcuterie, who provided some gorgeous fare. And all the teams of ladies who put the baskets together in just about 5 weeks, and all those who came last night to support. We truly got this thing turned around in such a short time period. After totaling all the winnings last night, I decided to go ahead and personally donate to make sure that each charity got at least $100. There were 3 that kind of fell below that threshold once we took the 50% away from them. So every charity will get at least $100. And here are your winning raffle tickets. Neil Donnelly won the basket benefiting Steadfast, which was the kind of personal care spa basket from Kristen Wojan. And that organization, Steadfast, will get $100. Marianne Russo was the winner of the Nectarios basket, and that organization will get $100. And that was the great downtown Frederick basket that the housewives of Frederick County put together. Brooke Fox was the winner of the Hartley House basket, and they also will get $100. In fact, Brooke was one of the creators or team that put together that Newmarket basket, which was phenomenal as well. Jessica Diaz won the Love for Lachlan basket. That was put together, and that organization will get $128. All right, your top three. Banana Bev Grubbs, that's my stepmom, won the Soar basket, which was the boss lady. 3 baskets in one. And Soar is going to get $288. Brooke Nemick won the Boys and Girls Club treasure chest that myself, Mama Cone, and Tammy Sue Danchenko put together. And Boys and Girls Club is going to get $303. And the winner, by just 7 raffle tickets. I know. Can you believe it? Well, I can for sure. Tammy Sue Danchenko won the Pooling for Veterans wagon stuffed with summer goodness. And that organization is going to get $1,325 thanks to Shannon Flannery and her team. Not only did they put together an awesome prize, but they really put out the call because all of a sudden the flood of Pooling for Veterans raffle tickets that came in all at once. Oh my goodness, I know. Shannon was out. She did not want to lose, and that's okay. And that's why we did it that way, because it really did make it a lot of fun. So, want to thank all of you for donating, for purchasing your raffle tickets, and know that we are definitely going to do it again. We had a great time, and we really appreciate everybody's support on that one. I thought it was a lot of fun. All right, one more quick break, and you'll meet 2 extremely talented people. Lea paints some amazing murals, and O creates some beautifully edible art. And that all comes up right after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
Also, if you attended last night, you would have seen one of the setups from Jessica from Dreamscape Slumber Events. So cute. I knew they were cute when she, I've seen the pictures and all of that, but to see it in person, actually set up, phenomenal. And so if you're looking for a fun twist on a slumber party for kids or adults, maybe you're having a girls' night in, and especially maybe you're having some friends stay over and you don't really have the whole setup, they include these air-filled single mattresses that look so comfy and cozy. Phenomenal. You want to check that out. All right, let's talk about some amazing people from Frederick. All right, people of Frederick, thank you to the Healing Storm, where you can find all kinds of holistic care, massage therapy, Reiki, cupping, hot stones, and more. The Healing Storm also offers a healing journey program where you get what you need to achieve optimal wellness. TheHealingStorm.com for more information. All right, Lea Craigie-Marshall is like no other artist I've ever met, but in all the best possible ways. And I have a feeling we will be seeing a lot more of her and her work right around Frederick. Let's meet Lea.
Upper East.
Upper East, right
Yes.
off East Street in Frederick.
Yes.
With Lea. Let me just say, first of all, I've got the card for the person here. This is an unbelievable place,
Yes.
number one. So I can see when you actually saw this job posted on our friend Pam's socials.
Yes,
the
and
Housewives.
Yep,
of
Housewives
Frederick
of Frederick County.
Yeah.
And-
It's interesting that they actually, that's where they source. But I mean, where else would they find an artist like you?
Yeah, so the Maryland State Arts Council actually has a list. So that's somewhere you can look. But for local things like this, I follow everything Frederick. I follow Housewives of Frederick County. Every town has its own page, so I try to follow the pages. And there will randomly be people like, hey, we need a muralist. We're looking for an artist.
Yeah.
And I jump on it and I make sure I message them and say, hey, here, look at my Instagram.
I'm an artist.
Yes.
Pick me. I've never actually had to source an artist, so it's just funny that I would have never thought that you could just go to a page like that and put it out there, but it's good that you're on top of things.
Yes.
So you have been an artist your whole life.
Yes.
And professionally for the last 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
You have actually painted stuff like these. The exterior, I've seen you've done electrical boxes in cities.
Yeah, there's going to be a new one in Bethesda coming up I just got. And then a new one in Gaithersburg as well, and a splash pad in Gaithersburg. So that, all sorts of things. And that now I have organizations come to me, which is nice.
Yes.
Finally. It only takes 20 years or your whole life. But now organizations find me and request me to come in and, do a mock-up for them.
Right.
And then a budget. And you have to be a businesswoman and an artist.
Well, then that's
do it all.
Yes, that's
a lot.
Many artists that I know, musicians and painters and sculptors, that's a hard thing for most people. So it's great you've got that. I think being the mom of those kids kind of makes you have to survival mode, right?
Oh, totally. I was a single mom and I homeschooled and working overnights. I worked at Cafe Nola as a pastry chef for years. So
I love it. All right. So what was the first big exterior mural that you did?
NOMA DC, I did their mural festival. That was last year. I've done some private murals as well at some other famous people's homes. I've done some exterior murals, would probably be the more private ones, is where I started. But a lot in Washington DC at the mural festival there. These here, and in Martinsburg, West Virginia, I just installed 2 days ago a massive mural that is 7 10-foot by 10-foot portraits of the history of Martinsburg. So,
and you just told me that your portrait of
Vicki Bullitt. So she's a WNBA gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist, and she was speechless when she saw her portrait. So you're always worried because usually the people I paint are not living.
But you don't have
So
to worry about feedback.
Yes. So when I had a meeting with her a few weeks ago, I'm like, look, you're one of the first people that's actually still living. She's like, well, I'm glad I'm still living.
Yes,
So it's more nerve-wracking for that reason. But she was blown away and loved it. And it's wonderful to be able to support the community and support people that maybe didn't get as much attention as they should have in the community. So I try to pull that into my art as well. And that mural, there's also a portrait of a famous jazz pianist that came from Martinsburg, West Virginia.
How long from concept to completion did that Martinsburg installation take?
So it took a year in planning. So you have to go through the red tape of government red tapes. The building owners there were wonderful, and they gave us the permission right away because they loved the idea. And it's the first historic mural in Martinsburg of that scale, and maybe at all. So you have to go through a lot of different government agencies, but the 250th Commemoration Committee is who hired me. So it was nice. It was a separate entity that was a nonprofit that hired me. So that makes it a little easier.
Because they have the in with probably a lot of the people. It's not just somebody coming in and saying, hey, paint here.
Right, and the funding. And it's nice that people donate to these things. And,
So this, though, is one of your first in Frederick County.
Yes,
right?
Yep, it is. So years ago, I did one in Brunswick, Maryland. I did the Love Windows at Colonial Jewelers.
Of course, that's right. I forgot about them. So you have a Frederick, another
They
Frederick.
were wonderful to work with, too. So if you walk by and see the Love Windows, I designed those. Because I'm a designer as well.
So here at this resort, at this
feels like
apartment,
a resort.
It does feel like a resort. This apartment complex, you have 7 projects?
Yes, 7 murals total. So I have the dog park that we see here. And this one I just completed last last week, actually, at like 1 in the morning one night.
Has
I'm a
to
night
paint
owl
at
as well.
night, yeah, where it's cooler and this isn't on fire because it's black.
Yes, so I have to wait till it gets
Yeah.
cooled off at night, or the paint will automatically like instantly dry.
Yeah.
And then it does not look pretty.
No.
This one, and I did their move-in rooms for people to move their furniture into each building. So there's 5
And
buildings.
We'll show those.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then their leasing office inside as well. I did their
Yes.
welcome mural there. So
Yeah, we'll show them. That is beautiful.
Thank
Painted
you.
on brick. And I love how, and I'm not an artist by any means, but you did the indents lighter,
Yeah.
giving that kind of 3D kind of
Yes.
effect. But yeah,
very tricky.
Yeah, I bet. No doubt.
It's
in my
kind of
mind.
mind-blowing when you're standing back. Wait, is
Yeah.
it a circle? Is it not a circle?
Well, let me ask you that,
Yeah.
because how do you take your concept and then put it here? Is there sketching involved? Is on this surface, or is it you
Yes.
kind of looking at your little thing going, okay, I need to,
Right.
How do you do that?
I don't know, but I say that's like a different part of me. I'm on autopilot because often I'll walk away and my husband's with me and I'll be like, who did that?
I did that,
I did
right,
that.
right.
I really still can't. And driving up today, I'm like, oh my God, that looks good.
Yeah.
But I projected this one because of the corrugation.
Yeah.
I needed to project. So I use a projector sometimes, or like in DC when I did a mural festival, it had to be like done in like 4 days. So you need the speed.
Right.
But typically I just hand draw everything, and I'll sketch it at home on whatever piece of paper is handy if I have an idea, on envelopes all over the house. There's like coffee rings and sketches on everything. So I'll sketch it, and then
Yeah.
I'll go in my iPad and use like different software, Procreate or Adobe Suite,
Right.
and draw it out and then get a better idea, and then that enables me to somehow put it on a giant wall. So I
mean,
think
to me-
I'm very spatial.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna
very, like,
say,
the way I
'cause
think.
My brain doesn't go from a napkin to
Yeah.
the scale.
Yeah.
I mean, and keeping things looking as great as they do.
Thank you.
What's your largest project? Is it the Martinsburg one now?
The
at this
Martinsburg
point?
mural is the
Yeah.
largest project. That building is probably 150 feet long, and it covers
Yeah.
the entire side of it.
Yeah.
And it works out to about 700 square feet, I believe.
Yeah.
But even though they're broken up into portraits, you have to think of how it will fit on the building the right way.
Yes.
And yeah, so
And
the entire
really, I would
thing is a
think
canvas.
conceptually that it kind of ties in and looks as one, right?
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
still want it to kind of, even with those huge gaps, feel like it's one piece.
Yeah. So through that one, I flowed the Opequon River in
Yeah.
each panel, which ties them all together.
Who's the most famous client you can talk about?
The most famous, Jill Biden.
Okay, there
So the
you
first
go.
lady, I got to paint her a portrait in 2022 of the National Cherry Blossom art that I made.
Yeah.
They own the art. So when
Yeah.
you do these kinds of jobs, they then own your art.
Yeah.
But there were certain clients that they were like, yes, let's do this. So
Yeah.
they were able to gift Jill Biden a hand-painted version of the digital poster that I made. And that poster actually won silver medal. I haven't really announced it. Silver medal in the entire world for all poster art design for every festival, concert, and event in the entire world.
Wait a minute, you're announcing it right here?
Yes.
Look at that. We have breaking it. That is
So
amazing.
yeah, I got to create that for her,
Good for
and the
you.
Japanese ambassador's wife as well, and then Mayor Bowser of Washington D.C.
Yeah.
So those are 3 that I can talk
Yeah,
about.
that's pretty
But I
big,
do
think.
travel for murals and go to fun places, and
Yeah.
I drive 10 hours and get to someone's house with a car full of paint and paint their house, and maybe listen to them playing music. And so,
very
yeah.
nice. Very nice.
It's surreal.
Yeah. So if people want to get in touch with you, what's the easiest way?
Instagram is wonderful. It's a perfect place to see a portfolio of my work. I have a small website, but really I think websites are kind of antiquated feeling to me, especially for art.
Yeah.
So at Blue Hue Studio on Instagram, and then my Gmail is bluehuestudio@gmail.com.
Yep.
You can email me.
Yeah.
I have a link tree on Instagram as well. I teach at the Smithsonian, so I actually taught at the Smithsonian a week ago. I do oil pastels and fine art as well.
Yeah.
So that I will list these classes on there,
Yeah.
and I think we're talking about teaching a mural class actually at the Smithsonian. So
how
that's another
awesome is
surreal
that?
thing
That's
too.
amazing.
And it shows you that you can do this if you have the business mind and you have the actual show up, get stuff done, and do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
People like this that hired me here at Upper East, wanting local artists and wanting local art for their residents, is key for communities to just thrive and for artists to thrive as well. And fair pay, and there shouldn't be shame in asking for fair pay.
Oh no, we really appreciate your art.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
are,
you.
like I said, wired way different than any other artist I've ever met in the best possible way.
Thank you.
And I love how I think you've become an overnight success after 20 years of doing your craft.
Of painting on my porch and weird places.
That's right, but we couldn't be happier to call you one of our own.
Thank
even
you.
Though I know technically
I'm a transplant,
you
but
weren't born here, but
I
we
love
will
it.
claim you.
Yes, Frederick
as
is
Frederick.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Frederick is so artsy and such a foodie town.
It is.
And
We
well,
really
thank you,
appreciate
Dani.
your time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Ah, yes. How amazing is her work? My gosh, that Martinsburg, I can't wait to go check that out. That's a really, really cool installation. And I love that Frederick just has some amazing people in it. All right, let's talk about and meet our market maker. O moved to the U.S. from Thailand when she was just 16. And this paralegal has a skill for carving fruit like none other I've ever seen. Let's meet O from the Box Theory. Home of everything Frederick on Market Street with Elisa from O from the Box Theory. How'd you get the O? What is that from?
So O is my nickname.
Okay.
But so I'm from Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
For Thai people, when you were born, you have first name, last name, and you also have a given nickname.
Okay.
So if you meet a Thai person and you ask them what's their nickname, everybody have one.
Everybody does have
Yes,
one.
so
I
it's
met
kinda like middle name.
A couple recently, and yes, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And so your parents pick the nickname or
Yes.
family? Okay,
Yeah.
your parents do.
Yeah.
And so O was yours?
Yes.
Gotcha. Do you have brothers and sisters?
No, I'm an only child.
Okay, okay. Were you born in Thailand?
Yes, I was born in Thailand.
Very
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, I came here when I was 16.
Oh, right.
Yep. And I
Excellent.
stayed.
Yes, you did. Must be something good about it, right? You do charcuterie,
Yes.
but yours is very much art food-based, right? You are design kind of?
Well, I'm specialized in fruit carving.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
That's
so-
what I say.
Yeah.
That's art. That is
Yeah.
art you eat. But yes, I've
Yes.
seen your carvings. Have you always kind of done that or tried to master it?
No, actually not. It just came from nowhere, really.
Okay.
I always love like really pretty food, and
Yeah.
I love flowers and stuff, and it just. I guess the idea of me making when I started the fruit carvings is from looking at a cake.
Mm.
And then I'm like, what can I do that, natural, no artificial colors, no sugar and allergy free. It's more of, I was thinking of kids.
Yeah.
Like, like for first birthday.
Yeah.
Like smash cake, something
Yeah.
like that. And then it just kind of evolved from there.
Yes. How have you honed your skills? Because this wasn't really kind of your first love. Like you like cooking,
Right.
you like food, foods in that way. What pushed you kind of to do the box theory?
I think it's my obsession. It's just like you consume by obsession of something.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, I think, this is kind of bittersweet because my dad passed from COVID.
Sorry.
In 2020. So it was kind of, I always love cooking, and that relaxes me.
Yeah.
And that become, something that help me get away.
Right.
Right. So it's just like, I start doing different things, and it just become, I can't cook a lot of food, like have people eat it all the time. So let's do something more of artsy.
Yeah.
And, you know, more like a
Creative.
creation.
Yeah, I was just gonna
So
say,
yeah,
yeah.
so somehow it just went into that.
Nice. All right. So you are paralegal by trade.
Yes.
And about a year ago, you said, you know what, I'm going to give this a go.
Yeah, actually a friend kept asking, well, many friends, many people, friends and family keep asking me, like, what are you doing? You love doing this. Like,
Right.
have you ever thought about doing this for real? And, you know, it would just not believe in myself at that time.
Yeah.
And finally one day I'm like, okay, what do
you
I have
did.
to lose? Just do it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't.
Right. And that's
know?
good, right? Like,
Yes.
I think the fear of what if
Yes.
keeps us from doing so many things that really, if you played out the what ifs, it's not that bad if it doesn't go through, right?
Yes.
What's the worst that can happen?
Right.
Because you're still, it's not as if you're leaving your full-time work at the beginning
Yes.
and trying to establish a business and still survive and maintain, right?
Right.
So
Definitely.
this is a perfect way to do it.
Yes,
It's
it
kind
is.
of this side hustle
Yeah.
gig until it gets to a point at which then you can say confidently, hey, I can do this full time. The name the box theory, how did that come about?
So I ponder over it many months. So I wanted to be thinking of a gift box.
Yeah.
But I didn't want the name to be about specific things,
Yes.
specific food. I wanted a blanket gift box that I can put anything in it. And the theory part, that this is my dream of having the box theory, the salad theory, the cake theory,
Gotcha.
the fruit theory, you
Yeah.
know, like expand into,
That's very smart. You didn't put yourself into a hole just based on the name, which I think is great. Because it does leave you open
Yes.
for that, you know, sequel, so
Yes.
to speak. I like it. I like it. So far in business, what has been kind of your greatest accomplishment so far that you think?
I would say my biggest fear was that teaching classes. And I did this year.
Oh, you did?
My first charcuterie classes.
Ah.
I loved it. Like, I dread doing it for so long. And
Again.
finally I did it and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I actually volunteer. I taught a class in high school, in a local high school here in
Okay.
Frederick last year as well. And that was such a joy. That was like highlight of my year.
Oh,
So
that's great.
I think that's the part that I love the most. And this year I'm offering classes at YMCA in Urbana.
Nice.
So 3 classes coming up, and I have my cake decorating, the fruit cake decorating in the works. So
Oh,
yeah.
very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, I think stepping outside that fear and just doing it, and
Yes.
always thinking about the fact that if it fails, no one dies, right?
Right.
That's what I always say. When I make a mistake, and I make them all the time, I'm like, okay, well, no one died.
Yeah.
So you just keep moving, right?
Yeah, I think I realized that it's all in here.
Yeah, we're our
Yeah.
biggest critics
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
We really
yeah.
are, because I think everybody else around you would have been like, "Hey, it was great." Even, yeah, I think we're hardest on ourselves. What's been the biggest challenge since having your business so far?
I think it would be getting people to know my business and trusting me to create something different.
Okay.
I think because I'm fairly new, and I do have people who, you know, they saw my work and they're like, do whatever you like.
Yes.
I trust you.
Yeah.
Right? But there are some that, because I'm new and they ask for certain things that I have not done.
Ah.
And they're like, do you have any pictures of that?
Ah.
Say, I don't.
Yeah.
But trust me,
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah. Once they know how obsessive you are, they'll be like, no problem. They're going to ask you to do all kinds of, funky, detailed things.
Yes.
And then you can have pictures for next time.
Yes.
That's awesome. What is your short-term goal for this year maybe, and then maybe long-term? You kind of alluded to it, I think, with an expansion. Are you hoping to do more this year in 2024 with that?
Well, 2024, I really wanted to launch all my classes, like the fruit carving, the fruit cake decorating, charcuterie classes, maybe even cheese carvings, something very different.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do, and hopefully, it's already half year past, but hopefully I can also launch online classes.
Oh, very good. I love it. I love it, because then you're expanding beyond just Frederick, right? You don't have to worry about your location so much as a barrier. That's awesome. And I think that's when you have a skill like you do that you've created or honed in, that's really fun. That's really fun. I like it. If there was one thing you wanted people to know about the box theory, if they walk away from this interview just remembering one thing, what would that be?
Be that I'm the only one in the area, I think even in the DMV, that can do fruit carvings, or give me food and I can carve it for you.
I like it. We might have to put you to the test. Actually, the next time we get together, I think we need to do something in your kitchen so we can watch your process. I think that would be very cool.
Yes, I love challenge.
Yes.
I'm up for anything.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We're gonna do that the next time around. But this time around, how can people get in touch with you?
I have my website. I have Facebook and Instagram. theboxtheory.eatprettyfood.
Oh, I like it. It's beautiful. Well done. Well, look, I think the next time around we'll do something in the kitchen, but in the meantime, if you want beautiful food of any kind, give her a challenge. I want to see her overtake a couple challenges of things to carve or designs to make. I'd love to see photos of that. But we want to thank her so much for coming to Good Morning Frederick, and we'll see her next time in the kitchen.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. I want to thank, again, her, just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. All right. Coming up tomorrow, we've got Kate Casado from Minuteman Press. And don't forget, we're on all the socials. So when you have a minute, search, follow, comment, and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Get out there. Have an awesome Wednesday, the 19th. I'm going to go back and try to edit all those dates. And be great, Frederick.
Downtown.